Hello, everyone. My name is Rishikesh Nare, and we welcome you to our special series, The Economic Times Cutting Chai Stories. It's an initiative by ETH. The key to cutting chai conversation is to have a good discussion around the areas of your early life, education to grooming, training, business sense, skill augmentation to work-life balance. And before we begin, let me set the context right. As I mentioned, Cutting Chai is a series of candid conversations. So we're not going to talk about anything business. Some bits here and there, some advice from our inspirational leaders, but not the office staff. It's going to be a candid conversation around where we take you through the inspirational journeys of influential people. You all have seen these personalities in the corporate world, but we are taking them away from the boardroom drama to have some fun chat around their personal life and their hobbies and everything. So today we have with us Mr. Khushru M. Mistry, who is the CIO and SVP IT at Eureka Forbes. We have with us Mr. Aditya Agarwal, who is the head of large enterprises, Lenovo India. Hi, Aditya.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. I'm good. Glad. I'm just excited again for this segment because in this next 10 minutes, I learned so many things. So one question to both of you, and then you guys interact for about 10-15 minutes. But I'll start with one question and then you guys can carry on. So this goes to Aditya and Khushru. We have seen exponential growth in the digital transformation process in last 18 months or 2 years, and things have evolved. Many things have taken a different shape altogether, but again, your output is same because you're doing your business, you're getting your things done. As an end user point of view, okay, end user, I mean, from a layman's perspective, I'm a normal user of all the technologies. What do I expect? What's going to happen next? Because we've seen the introduction of online platforms. We have seen, new laptops, new gadgets coming in place where they work like a mobile phone. Okay, so we just wanted to know, from a layman's perspective, what do I expect? So Aditya, you would want to start, or Khushru, you want to start?
We can have Khushru start. I'm sure I'm going to learn something and then add it to my points.
It's learning for me. Please, anybody can start.
So I think the concept of a mobile technology, okay, so the mobile which you carry in your pocket is more powerful as compared to the power of the computers, which they put the first man on the moon. All right. So the power of the mobile today is going to extend itself even towards what we can see within the industry is that the pandemic has put a different caveat to the way specifically sales and marketing is done. And I would like to touch upon that. The pandemic brought in a situation where people were completely housebound. Okay, they couldn't talk to people outside because they were scared. They would not invite people into the house because they were scared. So how do you approach all of this? Okay, in fact, specifically coming from a sales and marketing company, you have to approach that with empathy. And the empathy is that a face-to-face conversation, just like the way we are having today. Because I can see you, you can see me. You can see the expressions on my face. And I think the video conferencing, contactless environments are going to become more and more, and they're going to propagate more and more. Okay. And I think that's where the world is going. So let's say if I have to, and I'll leave it to Aditya also to talk about it. But if I have to see a new product, would I want to go into a shop and touch it? I would not. Even right now, okay, even after 2 jabs of the COVID vaccine, okay? So how do you do it? And that's where technologies like the augmented reality, virtual reality are going to start playing a very, very important part in our lives going forward. So that's where the way I see it, okay? Extremely mobile, extremely digital. And I think this is where the companies need to understand that just being digital is no longer important. Doing it and changing the cultural aspect of the company to doing it digital is more important. Aditya?
Yes, I completely agree with you. And while we are a manufacturing company, but we're also a sales and marketing company. So I would say that, as you said, mobility, that is more and more important, right? So we are constantly looking at how do we, make a smaller form factor, but more powerful, right? So that it's easier. Today, anyway, space is limited, right? And people want to be mobile. Now, it's kind of ironic because people are in homes, right? And I'm still talking about mobility, right? But that is the trend we are seeing. So, for example, if you take tablets or laptops, we are looking at foldable ones, right? Where you can fold the screen and just carry your laptop with you. No need to carry a 13-inch form factor. It can become a half form factor. Second, what you touched about is this whole remote working, making it work, and not just working. You gave the example of a product, right? That if you have to see a product, what do? Right? You can't go walk into a store and and we see that every day. In the earlier parts of pandemic, what we saw is our sales guys setting up demo centers in their homes, right? So if a customer would call them saying that, hey, I want to see this product, forget about touching it. At least I want to see how does it look, how high it is, how flat it is, how thin it is, right? So people started doing that. And our job here is to make that seamless and secure, right? Because what we are seeing is that with more and more decentralized computing happening, security is a big risk. So it's about marrying this mobility, security, and making this remote work. This remote is here to stay. I mean, doctors remote, right? Working remote, studies remote. This needs to this will stay even after the pandemic. This is something that will not change, and it's very, very difficult in sales and marketing, right? We are an acquisition engine, like you, right? You acquire customers on a daily basis, right? We need to figure out that how do we acquire customers, how do we talk to them in the best way, and some of these conversations are very technical, right? And India is used to face for whatever reasons. We like to meet face to face, know the person, get into that trust before we because we move ahead. So totally with you that this is a trend that we see at a layman's perspective. And last one is Internet of Things. I know we keep on talking about it. It is slow, but it is catching up, right? There are people who want to control their geysers from their phones, want to control music, lights, and these are solutions are available in the market. That's again a place where we think that the future is moving towards.
Agreed.